We're focusing on table number 1. We got some pretty garbage queens. Queens are an interesting hand. I've thought about them a lot lately. I think they're. I think it's really, really interesting. I feel their value's actually gone up as the game's changed. Everyone values and plays rundowns from any position and plays them harder than they used to. And like often queens are actually, they've got rundowns in a fair bit of trouble. You've got some difficulty in how you play the queens, but like in terms of like face-up hand versus face-up hand, queens are crushing rundowns. So I do value them more than I used to now that 3-betting and 4-betting ranges include more rundowns, whereas in the past they were aces and kings almost only. So yeah, that's what I think of queens. These queens in this position, I might be making a bit of a mistake, but it's probably still okay to raise them. We don't have any hearts, so using card removal they can have hearts, but we flop an overpair, a gut shot, so I decide to c-bet. I don't think c-betting is mandatory. It is a pretty aggressive tactic, and I think aggressive c-betting can get you into trouble, but it does work out there. I think mixing it up and just having in mind line balancing considerations on a flop like that is crucial. But opening it's okay. As I say, I do value queens more than I used to, and c-betting it's okay. Just don't do it all the time. 8, 9, 9, 10. It's a rundown with a pair. I like these hands. We got no gaps when it flops. It flops hard. And we've got a set, it's unlikely to be bottom set, we're looking at flopping a middle or a top set with at least some backdoor straight possibilities. So it's a good hand. So certainly open raisable from the cutoff. We get led into again, not much we can do here. I'd like to know what he's leading with. If I had a bit more, like a backdoor flush draw, I might try and float him and outplay him. I don't think he's going to be that strong when he leads, but not much we can do with our exact hand as it was. Here we are again. It is table number 1. We're in the small blind and we're looking at playing Hecuba in a pot. You're going to see me once again min raising from the small. Make your steals cheap, make it better stack to pot ratios when he does 3-bet you, and not build a huge pot with like a middling hand. Flop good. Don't overvalue these hands. Like, I don't know, ace 4 6 with the nut hearts, and like ace 4 5 6, nut hearts and a pair. It's got you not in a great spot. But like this is a good flop. I think this is actually an example of a flop that you can check back against, that you can check out of position against thinking players just to really mess with them. You can check it and you can raise it, you can check it and call it, and you don't fear any turns. You pot control the times when you do check and he bets pot and you're like, he might actually have a real hand here. But we are going to c-bet plenty of our air, so we need to balance c-betting weak hands with strong hands, and this is certainly strong enough to c-bet. So this is actually quite a rare hand you have in your available repertoire. You can do anything with this hand on this flop. So I go for I'm actually betting a bit more than I'd like there. I think that if I'm gonna bet, I want to bet like 25 because I want him to peel me with like with like a pair and a gut shot, and he thinks he's in position and he can outplay me, trying to bluff some hearts or something silly like that. So if you are going to bet with a hand that strong, maybe you can bet a little bit less, like 25 into the 40. Okay, we're on table number 2, and we've got another marginal overpair. Full pot, we don't want to get called behind us, and when it is the single raise pot, we like having the initiative and we like a little bit bigger pot. So that being considered, well, we've actually got folded to us there. Okay, I thought we played that hand. We don't get to play it, that's fine.